Money Matriarchs is here! So I'm sure you know by now, I'm hoping you know by now that I am engaged and I am choosing to change the channel from the Health Prophet to Money Matriarchs. So this video, the purpose of this video is to just answer any questions about what that means for you, what's changing, what's staying the same, what is a money matriarch, blah, blah, blah. Just let's get into it. So long story short, I am getting married and I'm excited about that. But when I first started this channel, the intention of this channel was to empower single Black women specifically to being the leaders of their finances. I've seen a lot of underrepresentation in the financial space for Black people as a whole, but very specifically women who are actually leading the conversation around finances. Instead, I see a lot of women as support figures for their finances, which is fine. But that just wasn't me. I have always been someone who's very passionate about my money, and I've done a lot of education on it over a lot of years. I've always been, even like when I was younger, I cared a lot about money. And so now I just wanted to, I think as I got married, or as I'm getting married, or you know, currently I'm engaged, trying to figure out everything. I was trying to figure out if for me, does that mean that now I take more of a backseat in terms of like the finances? And long story short, the answer I came to is no. Just because I am getting married doesn't mean that I suddenly know less, or that my fiance suddenly knows more about managing money than I do. So I figure what is definitely probably possible is there are probably tons of women out there who are leading their finances, and they are the ones who are initiating the conversation, but it's probably just not as well seen in the financial space. So I'm hoping to spearhead this initiative where women are the leaders of their finances, and that is what I'm hoping Money Matriarchs will be for someone. Okay, so let's start with what's staying the same. The first thing that's staying the same is at this core of this channel will always be financial education. I am hoping to continue to educate and empower women about finances. That will always be the core of the messaging, empowering women to lead their finances. And what's also staying the same is I still very much care about Black women. I want this channel to be kind of a space or a community where Black women can learn about their money and not be judged for it, and not be shamed about it, and not feel guilty about what they want to spend their money on. So this channel will also still continue to be about building confidence with money. I always want women to learn more about finances so that they can make decisions with confidence. That's not changing. And I'm not changing. I'm still me. I'm still Sydney. I'm just transitioning into a new chapter and turning the page and becoming more of who I already am. So that's one thing I've discovered during this self-discovery phase, is I'm just becoming more of who I already am. I've always cared about wellness. I've always cared about money. I'm always still Sydney. I'm just getting a new name, maybe. Finally, the last thing that's staying the same is I will still be giving you actionable content that you can do something with. I am a very actionable person and I love having something to do. So this channel will always be practical and actionable. Okay, so what is going to be changing? So I'm excited about what's changing. So what is going to be changing is, instead of more of a budgeting focus, the focus will be now more of a financial leadership focus. So I'm sure you've heard in my messaging so far that instead of just talking about budgeting and money and finances, I want to empower you to make the transition from money manager to financial leader. So it's not just about stepping into that managing the money survival phase of life. Like, it's at some point, I'm hoping on the journey that we all take together, you start by getting yourself ready with your own money, but maybe as you learn about money, just like in my example, I learned a lot about money on my own, but I'm still learning about how to teach other people about money and empower my community to be focused on money and caring about money just as much as I do. So this channel will be also about empowering you to move from money manager to financial leader. And one other thing I also alluded to is that this channel will no longer solely be focused on finances, but we are also going to open the space up to wealth and wellness. I've always cared about wellness. I've done my running vlogs on the channel up to this point, and I've learned a lot about money and discipline from my wellness journey, and I think that can exist in this space as well. So it's going to be wealth, wellness, and leadership. So that's going to be just another added component that wasn't specifically a focus at the beginning of this channel. So one other thing that's going to be changing is that instead of just single Black women exclusively, the channel will be more inclusive of women of all stages of life. So whether you are single with no kids and managing money for yourself, or if you are a woman who's engaged, who has a four-legged family member, it will be inclusive of you at that stage, all the way to when you decide to retire, maybe you're fully married. This channel is not changing to a family finances channel. I want to be very clear about that. I do not want this channel to be completely about family finances. There are tons of family finance channels. There is no shortage of them, not even as a Black people, there is no shortage of family finance channels. Family finance channels. So this channel will not be changing into a financial family channel. I'm not going to be talking about how to talk to your spouse about money, and maybe I will, but this channel will be inclusive of single women as well. I remember when I was single, it was very difficult for me to find channels where the woman was leading the conversation around money, and I wasn't feeling shamed by the person talking about the wife's shopping habit. Like, I am not the one with the shopping habit. I am the one who's leading the financial conversation, and if I want to shop, hey, who cares? Like, I got the money to shop. So I want this channel to be about empowering women who are the leaders of their finances, and how to empower the community around you, whether it's your family members or your little cousins or your spouse or your whoever. This channel is about female financial leaders. So I want to take also a more holistic focus in this channel. One of the videos that will be coming out soon is about how to be layoff ready. Like, we as women we as a country, I think right now are in very uncertain times, and I think as Black women specifically, it can become with a lot of added pressure in terms of when there's uncertainty, when things are going poorly, it can feel very chaotic and overwhelming, and that can weigh on our mental health as well. So I wanted to be able to make videos like how to be layoff ready, how people pleasing is impacting your finances. Those are topics that I've been entertaining over the past few weeks that I'm hoping that this channel can do a really good job of showcasing. Because I think there is more to money than just the tactical, practical put the money in the investment category. I think that there is more to it, from financial stress to managing your money amidst uncertainty. Some of those things that can kind of weigh, having more of an emotional burden on you that might not be as practical and tactical. So I want this channel to be able to explore some of those types of topics. So that's kind of what I mean by a holistic focus. And the last thing that's changing is the one that I'm most excited about. We're going to be transitioning the brand from the Health Prophet to Money Matriarchs. This is something that I've wanted to do for a really long time, but I didn't really know how to do it. I think I started to feel that itch once I got engaged, and I do think that the video about the wedding video that I just released last week, that really, I feel like, put the nail in the coffin for me, because it was kind of like, can I even put this video on my channel? Like, this channel is for single Black women, and up to this point, I really had to make the decision whether or not I was going to transition the brand to include women at all stages of their life, or if I was going to keep the brand for single Black women and only make videos about single Black women. So I'm really happy that we're making this transition, because I feel like it takes a little bit of a burden off of me to be able to make the videos that I do really care about, because I think that all the videos that I've made up to this point, for the most part, have been influenced by my life in some way. And so just continuing for me to live my life and make the videos that I care about. And I think that with this new transition, I can do that. So I want you to become a part of this journey with me. What are some of the videos you would like to see on this channel? Leave a comment below. We are still in the middle of this transition. I don't know how quickly it's gonna go, but I do know that I want to make this transition, and so things are gonna be changing slowly but surely. And I think you probably heard in the last video and in this one that I've changed some of my wording about financial leadership, money matriarch, wellness, focus. So I'm sure that as I continue to make videos, some of those changes will be a lot more obvious. But for now, this is where we're at, and I'm hoping that you will continue this journey with me. So as always, subscribe and like to let me know that this is something that you're interested in and you care about. And I'll see you next time. Bye!